We're live?
I was close.
Shit!
When I went home and I explained.
Hey, I love it.
We are live. Thank you for
Live.
joining us live here with Northern Knives. We're a collection of mooks here at the table here to answer your knife questions and maybe some answers about the business.
Says the trash admin.
Hey,
Oh my goodness.
We got some folks.
Okay.
So
let's
we
see
got
what we do.
Machine Gun Monkey. Howdy.
Howdy.
Hi there, Mr. Miller.
Hey,
Thank you for
Will.
the beers.
Hello, sir.
Sharp Bevel.
Hello.
Always. And Chook. We have
Chook.
a celebrity in the
Oh, shit.
house.
Oh shit, we got heavy hitters chiming in.
Yeah, look
Oh,
at that.
yeah.
Damn.
Well, I mean, we have one.
Well,
Machine
come on,
Gun
man.
Monkey's pretty big too.
That's true.
Will?
Will's a heavy hitter in my world.
Yeah,
at least.
Will's a heavy hitter.
I'm
I
so
mean-
sharp bevel. What are we doing here?
We can't
Sharp Bevel's
discount
pretty good.
Will.
The other night after you left and I was down here by myself, I sat in the recliner and watched like fucking 7 Chook videos.
So we got Ron and we got James here all chiming in. So this is Live with Northern Knives. We're just here to talk about the state of the knife industry, what's going on, and answer your burning questions if you guys have any.
I love that. Live with Northern Knives.
You know,
Live with
Machine
Northern
Gun
Knives.
Monkey, he's chiming in. He's
Big in Japan.
Oh, and we got Zach. We haven't seen him
Zach,
in a while.
yeah.
Hey, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, I got a ZT with your name on it.
Oh, my God.
man. Just go check.
Check Reddit.
Just jump right in. You'll know it when you see it.
Yeah. I was checking that in the Uber on the way up here.
yeah.
Like, damn, dude, these people are pissed off.
We need to get some more fakes to just dismember.
Switching the handle is a
Dude.
pretty.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about, fake. That was legit carbon fiber right there.
Totally legit. The plastique type.
Oh man.
So what's new in the knife industry, guys?
Just right here.
Slow delivery, that's what's new in the knife industry. Can't get shit. We got 28 pounds of Benchmades coming. We
Yeah.
don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
We got 28 pounds of
Finally, like a
Benchmades.
big Benchmade order. We've been waiting on that shit for a while.
I mean,
It's gonna be
28
like-
pounds ain't huge, but
It's gonna be like 4 full-size Adonises and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, right.
What are you talking
I mean,
about?
honestly, if I had to guess, it'd
Lot of
probably be 45 knives, but it'll be a lot of like 5 of this, 6 of this, 3 of that, 2 of that.
300 bottle openers.
Bunch of different barrages.
We're gonna
They're all
get.
single guillotine Benchmade cigar cutters.
We're gonna get a bunch of boxes,
What?
and they're
No.
gonna have T-shirts in them.
Yeah, we got a whole delivery of T-shirts coming up.
Oh my God. I was gonna say the one thing that I've noticed hasn't been super popular, but came out recently, is the Nosferatu from Bedford.
Oh,
Their new
yeah.
spiky auto. It
Yeah,
doesn't seem super popular.
We have like 3 different variations of it in stock
Very
right
cool
now.
variations too.
Oh my God!
Can you cut
yes.
a Spidey hole in
I
my
highly
Sebenza, please?
yes, but I highly recommend against it.
We totally can. We
Yeah.
have the technology.
It's doable.
The problem is we were so concerned with whether we could, we didn't stop to think of whether we should.
Yeah, because life finds a way or some shit like that.
Oh man, watch out! Those things can shave knuckles off. Yeah, they can. I can
Yeah,
vouch for
the
that.
last time I sent my Sebenza in for warranty, I got a really nasty letter back from Chris Reeve. They're like,
They knew what you did.
they're like, don't ever send this in
They
again.
knew what you did.
Are you saying yours is the dirty Sebenza?
Well, I mean, you know, it was like, I used it a lot to practice engraving and anodizing titanium. So it was basically my test mule. So I used a $700 knife as a test mule.
That's the way to go, man.
Yep.
But it worked out on my end, but they didn't like it at all.
Screw them. They don't know. All their taste is in their mouth.
Have you ever seen the Cyanide and Happiness?
Yeah.
Where the genie comes up and he goes, okay, so there's 2 of you, So you each get one wish, and the one dude just yells out real quick, "I wish he had taste buds in his asshole."
So Sharp Bevel here is asking, have you guys ever had Rockstead knives? If so, what do you guys think of them?
I've held one Rockstead knife in my hands.
Yeah.
It's never mine. It's my buddy's. It was pretty cool. I mean, it's real shiny. You know, good action. I don't know. They're
Very
fine.
Pakistani?
No.
Okay.
Very expensive though. I think for what? I don't know. Yeah.
They're U.S. made.
They're. I don't know where they're made. Yeah, I don't think they are U.S. made, but I could be wrong. I thought they
Are they
were.
like Shiragorovs where they're just made in China? Sorry, Russia.
But they're cool. They're very fancy looking.
So gross. Yeah, well, taste buds in your asshole would be that. I mean, the only wish, you have one wish, and you have to use it to undo that.
I like exactly. That's kind of that's what's funny about it. It's like, why would you do that?
Or do you just
Yeah,
go,
exactly,
I wish he had
Yep.
taste buds in his asshole
I
too."
wish he had my asshole. That's what I would do.
Yeah, Rockstead.
He has my asshole.
So Ron's saying that Rockstead is located in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Nice. We've never had one, so.
We got Mr. Miller coming in. I know everyone lost their shit. Oh my God. Everyone lost their shit over the Chinese Microtech, but the SOCOM Bravo looks legit.
I'm reserving reservation until we get one
one
and
in
hold
hand.
one
Yeah.
and just figure it out.
I'm sure their machining tolerances are going to probably be, if not the same, if not better than the American factory in order to maintain the brand name.
Well, I mean that's the thing about Chinese products just in general is like, yeah, you can get shit for cheap, but if you pay the money, you can get good stuff out of China. I'm not trying to sit here and like, trying to be all fucking pro China. I'm just saying, like, I mean, if you pay the right amount of money, you can get it out of there.
Yeah.
You pay shit money to fucking Germany, you're going to get shit product. You pay good money to Germany, you get a good product.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, well,
and
how
especially
many-
like Taiwan too. Like everybody knows that if you have a choice between a China knife and a Taiwan knife, take the Taiwan knife every day. I mean, look at Spyderco's. I mean, 50% of their production is coming out of Taiwan.
Are we willing to admit that Taiwan is a separate country from China?
I don't
and
give
sovereign
a
nation?
well. Not like I'm fucking John Cena and shit. Like fucking China can eat a dick. Taiwan's a separate country.
There you go.
How many products?
James is chiming in here. He just dropped off his Malibu for warranty.
James.
He's hoping that they accidentally send him a
That was
mass
heartbreaking.
display.
Oh.
It was the custom Malibu with the flipper tab broke off.
yeah.
Man. Oh my God.
How'd the flipper tab break
It
off?
fell off a table and hit the ground. The flipper tab.
You know what?
That's not supposed to
ProTech has
happen.
good warranty practices.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure he'll be all right. It might take a little time.
I don't know if you're gonna
Well-
get Damascus blade, but
Well, I just talked to another customer who came in
Yeah.
tonight who's had he's had a Dark Angel into ProTech for warranty work since July.
oh yeah.
And which is, I mean, that's a long time frame, but you can only get it fixed when they have the parts, and
Yeah.
if they're not making it, they don't have the parts.
It's a goddamn Dark Angel. So.
Yeah, and it's a Dark Angel, but have faith in their warranty. Have faith in their warranty. ProTech is a great company.
Yeah, they'll do you right.
Where's Lori tonight?
Where is Lori
She
tonight?
said she'd be back at hour 3.
No, she's at the.
Tell Keaton a bachelor's.
Yeah,
auction.
she's at a bachelor auction tonight.
Bidding on supposedly like a vacation, but we'll
Sure.
see.
Yeah. That's what I tell my wife when I'm picking up hookers. I'm just getting a vacation, but I don't tell her the "from you" part.
I have 3 friends who are in the Anchorage Fire Department who are out there bidding themselves off
Oh yeah.
for dates
Nice.
right now.
Nice.
I
Which
didn't
is
even know.
funny.
I didn't even know you were bi.
We keep that under the table. Any gravity knives cheaper than the amazing 277 Riat Exa?
Riyadh. That's a round eye.
Knife and tool. I remember finding that out and it just stuck
That's
in my head.
Recat.
Oh, that's Recat.
Yeah, it was Re8 there. Like the people making.
Riyadh's a Chinese manufacturer, similar to Wii and or fuck, what's the one?
What is
Civivi.
Civivi.
What's a
Civivi.
gravity knife?
Gravity. Well,
Kind of a broad term.
Okay, so traditionally what a gravity knife is supposed to be is they made these paratrooper knives. And so what it was is it had a marlin spike on the end of the handle, and then it had a little trigger. And you would hold the trigger and nothing would happen. But you turn it upside down, the blade would fall, you'd let go of the trigger and it would stick. So that's why it's called a gravity knife, because gravity would open it. And then you could open it, and then you'd hit the button and the blade would fall back in. But they've used that term much like how like switchblade is like deprecated. Like it's not really a term that anybody uses. It's now become automatic. So gravity knife has come to refer to like spinners, to bally songs, to that kind of stuff. Yeah. So gravity knife is a very, very, very specific knife made from World War II, generally for paratroopers. That's what the marlin spike is for, to cut through paracord and to actually untie knots when they're doing that. So that's not, gravity knife is it's an odd term. I don't recommend, I mean, I generally don't use it ever because we've had them, but I don't mean to be insulting.
I'm going to go for what Zachary said here. That's by code for greedy. All right. Nosferatu, have we sold a single one?
No.
Are they cool?
They're not bad.
I mean, they're a Medford auto.
Were you
I mean,
talking
I think
about
that's
to
kind of
grab
cool.
one, or?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, we can go get one.
I mean, I think they're
with
cool. I thought they would sell fairly quickly given all the hype they did, but it seems like everyone still has them in stock.
Well, we only ordered one variation, but
We got 3 of them, and all 3 are
yeah.
are different.
Well, we only ordered one variation, but Medford called.
And said your taste sucks?
No, his wife's name. I'm drawing a total blank on. Somebody? Nobody? Okay.
Anne or Amy? It's one of
And I think it's Amy.
Deborah.
She has a nice smile.
I think it's Amy.
It's Anne Reeve and it's Amy Medford.
Sure it's
It's Amy Medford.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so when I talked to them, they're like, "Hey, you guys are a couple of models are short, so they'll do shout out videos, and then they'll you get different deals depending on what's shipping out." And she was like, "Hey, you guys are 2 knives short, but we have these 2 Nosferatus that you didn't order, but they're available. If you want them, we'll throw them in. You'll meet a minimum. We'll do a shout out video, and we'll send that shit out quick." And I was like, done. You know what I mean? Whatever you guys sell, just send it. We were cool with it.
I thought they were pretty cool. I'm surprised they haven't sold because
Me too.
Although they're more expensive, they are fairly high quality and they're pretty. Like I wouldn't normally pry with a dagger, but like you could stab that in someone and then pop a bone loose.
It's got
and
some
then pull
heft.
it back out.
Yeah, it's got some heft. I agree.
I feel like they should have quenched him in like garlic oil or something to really like
Oh man.
hammer
Or
home.
bacon fat.
Or bacon fat. Yeah. Oh, we got another question.
I feel like Medford would definitely quench something in bacon
Oh
fat.
yeah.
Oh, the Medford I'd like is the Gentleman Jack.
Hey,
What
we've
we
got
do.
one of those.
Yeah. No, not anymore. It's sold.
It's sold?
Yeah, it's
sold
sold.
online.
Jesus Christ.
We called it the Simple Jack for the longest time.
You call it a simple check.
I didn't see that it said Amy. Now I realize what he's referring to, but I thought it said "Oh my." I was like,
Oh my.
this is George Takai is hanging out in the chat. Oh my.
Oh, we got one from Hollywood Tactical. Thank you for joining us. Even the
Sorry.
Civivi button lock, by some definitions, can be considered a gravity knife. I've never seen a Civivi lock, so I don't.
It's just it's the same button knife you'd expect from like a Malibu. It has the same kind of action.
I guess if you had a Malibu and you held it upside down, it would open and you could lock it.
Saying gravity knife is a very broad term, you know.
Yeah,
These
it's,
days,
and people apply it to things that
lots
it
of
don't
things.
necessarily legally. It doesn't necessarily apply to. So there's a case up here in Alaska called it's Alaska v.
Zachary is chiming in his George Takai voice.
Oh, my. It's Alaska v. Strange. So butterfly knives used to be considered gravity knives here in Alaska until a man, his last name was Strange. So the case is Alaska v. Strange, and it actually went to court and
Was
it
he a
got.
doctor?
Can we just talk about that name for 1 second?
I know Alaska v. Strange. I know.
Was he,
I get it.
was he Doctor
I feel like
Strange?
that's like the
No,
seasonal
well-
Alaska experience. Like I'm just
But,
taking on the strange.
So it went to court several times on appeal, everything, and so it was determined that butterfly knives are not gravity knives. Butterfly knives are classified differently. So gravity knives, under Alaska law, gravity knives are not flippers. They're not anything where you touch a button like an automatic. The gravity knives are only under Alaska law. I'm going to say this, only under Alaska law. Gravity knives are those paratrooper knives with the marlin spike that I was describing. Anywhere outside of Alaska, I don't. Just pretend I'm a fucking idiot. Well, no, actually, just be aware that I'm an idiot. Don't pretend. Yeah. But but only because of Alaska v. Strange are Balisong's exempt from the gravity knife law in Alaska.
Hollywood Tactical is saying that no, the Civivi lock.
All right?
I want to be part of this one. So he's saying the
I
Civivi
need
lock
to be part of this one.
the Civivi lock cannot be opened unless you press the button. All ProTech flippers have a detent.
Well, you can.
And that is technically true.
So
I
why
guess
don't you close it and hold that button and flip it back and forth?
No.
So that's what I meant.
The button locks don't have a detent. Yeah.
Either way, you can hold that button and flip it back and forth. That's what was meant by that.
What about the Paragon? I mean, that would be about the closest thing I would think to a gravity knife nowadays, is that you can squeeze the buttons.
Oh, the one that
that's
opens up and it
supposed-
slings?
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
That is about the
No, is that a
only
Paragon or is it an MOD?
It's a Paragon Warlock.
Oh, God, that thing.
I saw that, and it's a very unique, creative knife design. However, it's looking for a problem that no one's ever needed solved.
It's designing a problem that
Yeah.
no one needed.
I'm going to cut myself while using it.
Oh, wait. So this one's interesting. So there is a... Sorry, I'll let you read the question if you
Sorry.
like.
Yeah.
Zach shouting out, hilarious fact for people about Alaska. Autos are legal. No permit for concealed carry, but brass knuckles are not legal. I didn't know brass knuckles weren't legal. I would be in a shit ton of trouble in my youth.
That's brass knuckles are a felony. Also, in Alaska, there's a thing called biker brass knuckles. So 4 rings is considered brass knuckles. If you wear 4 rings, it's called biker brass knuckles. So if you wear 4 rings on your fingers, that is also illegal.
Thank you, Hell's Angels.
I'm not going to tell you where I got that fact. I'm just going to say I know that fact.
I'm just
Hey, they're really nice.
I'm
They
saying,
come to the shop all the time. Good people.
No, they're good people. It's just they're vicious, and I'm pretty sure that law specifically targeted at them.
Well,
Did anyone see that? No.
No, did it
Nobody
go?
cares.
No, behind the.
that's
Did
why
it
we
go
got
in
a bucket.
Oh,
There we
it went in the
go.
bucket.
It's sprayed out.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The Paragon is considered a gravity knife, but super expensive. Yes, it is. What about the Russian Spetsnaz knives that use CO2 to propel out? I would not say that's a gravity knife. I'd
no,
say
that's a ballistic knife.
ballistic
Yeah.
knife.
Which is, I would rather be caught with a full auto carbine than be caught with a ballistic knife, because you're in much more trouble with a ballistic knife.
This is a good one. So from BBB Yipsy. Good evening. Just promoted Northern Knives the other day on Wicked Edge Facebook group page. Shout out
you,
to them. We were talking fillet knives and mentioned and put link for your 3DK fillet knives and knives of Alaska fillets.
Thank you very much,
you.
man. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that. That's cool.
I only
Yeah,
read the
that's awesome.
top part. I thought you had a question in the bottom part. I'm sorry.
No, that's
No,
awesome.
that's good.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Impact weapons are legal, so baseball bats.
Or the sap that Will usually carries.
Yeah. Or the I got
dropping over here. Name
I got
dropping.
a Indonesian ironwood tire thumper that I keep in my car, and it's only about like the play bats you used to get at the when you were a kid, the little mini Louisvilles. It's about that big, but it's bigger around than a roll of quarters, and it's heavy. It's substantial.
I mean, I just keep my great-grandfather's naval pipe wrench in my truck, but you do you. I mean,
works,
it only weighs 7 pounds.
I mean, my 45 does a little bit better than.
Well, I mean,
that's
every
fair.
once in a while, I'm having a whiskey or two and got to drive home under the legal limit, and so I don't want a pistol on me with that ironwood tire knocker.
Yeah.
I bet
okay.
shuriken are illegal. Don't know, don't care.
I don't know. They're perfectly legal up here. I don't speak for any other state. But
The
up here.
That Fisher is fantastic too. There is
Thank you,
actually,
James. We
Yeah.
appreciate that, man.
There are a lot of six-pack licensed captains who swear by the Fisher. They use it for their own stuff all the time.
I think it's. I never wanted to admit this, but I think of all the 3DK knives we make, I think the Fisher is the best selling.
Yeah.
Even outsells the Mac, which I never expected.
My grandfather took the one I gave him down for Father's Day down to Seward, and used it during like a really busy weekend where all the charter boat crews were up cleaning fish, and then all of a sudden, all those guys came in here and bought one.
I've got 3 of them. Only paid for one.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. You got the first micarta handle one ever.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Nice.
the micarta handle one that you have is a one-off. We refused to do micarta for the longest time.
Very different micarta than what you guys usually
It's
do
the
too.
polished one. I hate the polished
and
one.
it's green, and it's actually green micarta, and we only offer black.
Yep.
You have the first micarta handle one.
So Hollywood Tacticals chiming in here saying saps and monkey fists are legal in California. I mean, a monkey fist can hurt, but like,
I'm almost not surprised they're illegal in
I mean,
California.
like if you're a sailor, that's like the brag knot you build up and then you throw it over something and you can catch it.
Well,
in
usually you
Alaska,
put a steel ball in it too, and that kind of where the impact comes
or ball
from.
bearings. We used to sell what was called a sap cap, and so it had a ball bearing pouch in the back of it. And so what you would do is you would use it and you would just hit somebody with it. And my buddy was flying
You
back.
wouldn't put razor blades in the brim and
Well, I
just
mean, it's not Peaky Blinders, right?
Peaky Blinder. What are we
But
doing
my buddy Sean, oh shit, I'm not gonna give out his name. So my buddy was flying back.
Dave.
Yeah, Dave. So Dave was flying back to Alaska, and he had the sap cap on with all the lead shot in the back. And they were like, "Well, you can't come through this. What is this?" And he's like, "No. I'm a boat captain. It's a weighted hat, so when I'm driving down the river, it doesn't blow the hat off.
Oh my
so
God.
it weighs." And they were like, "Okay, go ahead." And then I just loved that fucking story. But the law in Alaska, as far as covering knuckles, is you can cover one knuckle with steel and you can cover all 4 with plastic. So like I have a brass 2 knuckle that I keep, next to my 9mm in my nightstand next to the bed. I keep a 2 knuckle with spikes on it, right?
you carry a knuck.
Exactly, but that is fully illegal. So the only thing that's legal in Alaska is covering one knuckle with ferrous or non-ferrous metal, and you can cover as much as you want with plastic.
That's dangerous because it's basically the same thing.
So you can have a covered finger with only one finger in Alaska, but the second you cover 2, it becomes illegal.
We do have another one from Chuk here. He's saying, thanks for the info. I was getting ready to order a custom brass knuckle. It's weird because, I mean, it's been over 15 years. I had a couple pairs of brass knuckles and I carried them around.
Now they make them out of carbon fiber and they make them out of G10. Very effective, technically legal, because you're not covering your fingers with metal.
Trying to defend yourself in court.
Well, it's the same thing as like anybody up here would be familiar with a bush machete that has the little hand guard. So you're swinging it around, you're not catching alders in the knuckles and shit like that. Okay, so covered with plastic, so carbon fiber and G10 technically falls under the same kind of rule.
Heavily textured G10. My carta's heavier.
I will say though that's letter of the law and not spirit of the law. And if you go to court and show what you're using, and it is carbon fiber brass knuckles and or G10 brass knuckles, they'll probably prosecute you anyway.
Yep. Let's see here. He's replying to Zach saying that he collects fillet knives and has about 25 Bubba blades. They're crap compared to 3DK and Knives of Alaska. Knives of Alaska is...
Thank you so much.
They use Hitachi 440 for their fillet, don't they?
Knives of Alaska?
Yeah.
No. They do use 440 and they use D2, but they don't use Hitachi 440. Hitachi 440 is incredibly hard to get.
And then we've
Same
got,
thing as EDP 189.
Is MagnaCut a game changer?
Hopefully.
What is MagnaCut? For the uninitiated like myself.
I'm going to default to you because I don't know.
That's fine. MagnaCut, it's like on paper, like when it's talked about, is it's stainless M4 is kind of like the tagline for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a hard time believing that.
And then I've got a buddy who has 2 full titanium 8020s in MagnaCut. It's that son of a bitch. Brian, if you're watching this, I hate you. But
So he's Captain Disposable Income?
well, maybe, yeah.
Captain Save a Fish.
He's like works fraud prevention for Capital One, I think, at this point. So, he thinks it's awesome. That's my only like vague experience with it, but it's supposed to be rad.
I'm interested to check it out then.
Spyderco just dropped their mule team in MagnaCut, so I'm sure that'll kind of disperse a little bit.
What's the turnaround time for your Kydex sheaths? I'd probably say about 14 business days.
You skip Will's comment.
Leave Cali.
Cali.
Sorry, Will.
Yeah, where are we at right now with Kydex? I mean,
I'd say about, if you get a custom sheath, I'd say about 14 business days is...
Business days is 3 weeks in real speak, right?
Yes.
3 to 4 weeks is, I think, what we're
Yeah.
folks, which is,
I mean, we're trying. He's actually putting out more. He's putting out more than I expected. But he's not necessarily behind, but I mean, we're fucking really busy with Kydex.
And this is not his day job. This is his
hustle.
He does it because he's good. He doesn't do it because he needs to.
Yeah.
If hats were not verboten in my house, I'd love that cap.
Oh, the sap cap?
Yeah.
We used to sell them in the shop.
It's not a brass knuckle. It's a paperweight.
Yeah.
That doesn't work in court.
Well, no, Microtech tried that with the hand tank.
Sap gloves for the win. Stainless 4V. Big Brown Bear, BBB.
I'm sure maybe he's talking about MagnaCut, but I've not heard that before.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jealous party of one of your table is ready. Okay. Party of one. I mean, if
So I'm wrong, maybe stainless 4V, but everything I've read is more of like a stainless M4. But
let's see here. Hollywood Tactical. Tactical Everyday Dad, Ted, just dropped a fixed blade in MagnaCut. Okay. Tactical Everyday Dad. Is he like a YouTube? Is he like a YouTube personality that somehow has connections with some gray market knife makers or something? Or I've not heard of him.
I'm not aware of him either. But I'm not aware of a lot of shit.
Yeah, no, I live in the cloud all the
I'll
time.
take a quick sidebar here, you guys. Pardon me.
What do you do? Okay.
Are you gonna use the knife app?
I should.
The blade app?
Dude, your porn addiction is out of control.
Can you just keep it under wraps?
1 hour, Alistair. 1 hour.
You guys
can't
don't
go
want to see
1
what's
hour?
on the other side of the screen.
Oh God. If anybody knows any support groups, like our man.
Oh man. Let's see here. Yes, YouTube channel, and has a friend that custom makes them. You know, I'd be interested if you feel like dropping us a line at admin@northernknives.com with any info on that. I'd really appreciate it.
That goes to him, none of the rest of us.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm the filter on this menthol cigarette called Company. Since I have a large collection of fillet knives, what is your opinions of White River? I have thought of getting one of theirs, but also want the walrus handle 3DK in the future. Are you talking about the Usyk, or are you talking about the walrus jawbone or the ivory?
We have walrus ivory, walrus jawbone, and walrus dick, which is Usyk. But hey, if you're thinking White River, I mean, I know I'm supposed to sell our stuff, but White River makes fantastic fillet knives.
Yeah.
If you want a White River and you can get easy access to one, go for it. They make great shit.
Their cork and micarta handled one, I have one of those personally, and I have dropped it in the river, and I have been able to recover it. So it does exactly what it says. Yeah, it bobs just fine. And you can run down river and be like, there it is, and get it back. Works great, and it's stainless. I mean, it
Yeah.
They
did an offset one for a while too. If you can get a hold of some of the offset ones, or when you hold onto it, the blade comes down past your hand.
I think we have some of those, don't we? Really?
Yeah, well,
they
used to do custom ones. They stopped doing it because they were like, dude, these are so much work. They're just driving us out of business. But they sell the sap cap on Bud K. That's some mall ninja bullshit right there.
Walrus jawbone. I'd recommend Usyk because it's much more stabilized.
You know what? I like jawbone because it's tougher than dog. I mean, it's the toughest shit you can get. It's tough as dog shit. I mean, that's what they use as a weapon. They fight with their jawbone. It's heavy. It's dense. I mean, you pick it up and it's noticeably heavy than any other thing you use.
I know.
Noticeably heavier than ivory.
But you can take the Usyk one and just say, kiss it.
Yeah, well, and you can be like, make people hold it and be like, that's dick.
I know. You got to
That's
be
the
immature
fun
when you're
part.
fishing.
That's always fun.
I always used to make friends kiss the Usyk when I was younger.
Oh, gross.
So BBB, Big Brown Bear. MagnaCut has the same carbide volume as 4V. Both have 8%. It has the same toughness as 4V, but MagnaCut is more stainless than M390. M4 is different. More carbides, less
tough.
Less
All right.
tough.
Well, there you go, BBB. I'm a talentless hack. Right on.
Thank you, sir.
More stainless than M390 that's a statement.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
more
yeah.
stainless than M390, that's a statement.
Why would you need to make it more stainless than M390?
I mean, are you a chemist or a metallurgist? Because I fucking ain't.
It's vanadium that makes it stainless, right?
No, it's chromium that makes it stainless.
I
So
thought-
once you get to a certain amount of stainless, it technically and or legally becomes a stainless.
I thought it was vanadium and chromium content together that made it stainless, and the vanadium added toughness.
Well, we might get torn apart.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you're
probably
asking the
would get
wrong
torn
crowd.
apart.
We're not science men over here.
I mean, my metallurgy information stops in like 1945, so I don't know. Running behind here. That's the link. I'll look it up here in a little while. Bud K equals dumpster fire. Yeah, that's pretty much true.
Yeah, he's not far off.
Admin at northernknives.com. That is yep, just like that.
We're
all reading ahead.
We're all laughing at Hardy here.
Dakota, you read comments like you're reading a bedtime story.
He has 5 fucking children. He doesn't know how to read anything like it's not a bedtime story.
I mean, you want me to use my cooking show voice? It's very seductive.
No.
I want to hear it at least once.
As long as it's like Julia Child chips.
Tungsten for the win. I mean, you could have a tungsten blade and then you drop it, and then you don't have a tungsten blade.
Well, that's like they make titanium dive knives, and titanium is fantastic until you use it to cut, and the edge retention shit. But the hardness is crazy. You know what I mean? It's just the edge retention's just kind of fucking
I feel like the edge retention, when you ground it down just as you're reaching the edge, hit the heavy spark smoke point and hardened it, it would probably be pretty intense.
Well, I mean, it's usually hard. The problem is once titanium discolors, it hits like, Jesus, I want to say it's in the 80s on the Rockwell. So once titanium discolors, it hits like the 80s on the Rockwell. So we used to use it, we used to cut titanium. So we had to perfect a method to be able to cut titanium for the pins on our knives. And before we would go and they would get too hot before we figured this out. So we'd go to cut them, and we go to spread them out with a countersink, and it would just eat these countersinks alive because they're made out of high-speed steel. And they would, I mean, it's like you're taking something that's like 48 hardness, and you're trying to cut something that's 87 hardness. Like, it's worthless. I mean, that's why we had 40, 50 of them. So you got to be careful with titanium. So we had to switch to a different method to cut them, and then switch to a carbide countersink to flare them out.
I had a coworker / employee at my previous job who interned for Rocketdyne back in the day as an engineer, and they were doing I forget what it's called, a turbo pump. They were building turbo pumps for rocket engines, and the turbo pump has to be made of titanium because it's the only thing they could
This sounds like
withstand.
a story out of like 1962 and shit.
It was in the 80s, but they had to machine turbo pumps out of titanium, and the prop that went in there, he would help with that, and it was literally an old dude with a very, very precise end mill, and it had to be run at 80 RPM with a lot of oil and a lot of liquid, so it goes by hand.
It's so slow.
Super slow, and it would take them like a week to machine one prop because they didn't want it to harden, and then when they were done, they would go with an angle grinder with brushes on it and quickly harden the whole thing so it'd be perfect. Yeah, it's just like titanium apparently is a bitch to work with.
It is a pain in the ass.
Unless you're Russian, then you just throw chairs in there.
Yeah, you can throw anything in there you want.
All right, let's see here. Big Brown Bear. It's the chromium in solution, not tied up with carbides, that makes the difference. Not the chromium with the chemistry. I can't pronounce that word. Helps, not the vanadium.
Molybdenum.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gesundheit. Oh, thanks for the response. It's 1 a.m. here in Michigan. Time
Well,
for bed.
we appreciate you.
Good night, PSI. Thank you.
Thank you for being awake for this shit.
Yeah, if you ever tag
We
us,
really appreciate that.
if you ever tag us, we'll be more than happy to
Oh,
give it a
wait,
shout out.
can we say this while we have our most amount of viewers here? So, we were thinking we need to move this from a night from Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah.
So we're thinking maybe like a Monday or a Tuesday or something.
Or like a Thursday or something.
Something like, but if anybody has an opinion on it, let us know, because we do Saturday nights because it works for us, but it obviously doesn't necessarily work for our audience, which is kind of the important part.
Now, that changes
without an
the time?
audience, there's no point of us sitting here.
We'll
so.
change the time just a day, I think, right?
Just
No, we wouldn't be changing the time. We'd be changing the day. So if that
Day
makes
a
a
week.
difference, yeah. If that makes a difference to anybody, let us know. Because we do this on Saturdays because this is the end of our week. Like, this is our Friday, and so we do it, and then we all go home.
We got another comment here from Ron. Sandrin, 71 Rockwell, and highest cut count. Sandrin? Have you guys ever heard of Sandrin Steel?
No, is that supposed to be Sandvik?
No,
I can read it. What I'm saying is it's supposed
like
to be.
autocorrect or something?
It's an autocorrect. Because 71 hardness on Sandvik, I didn't even think was a possibility.
Yeah.
But Sandrin is something I'm not familiar with.
So we got Sharp Bevel saying that he has no life and Saturday is fine with him.
All right, thank you.
Machine Gun
I
Monkey,
work Mondays.
who is popular in Japan. works
Thursday
Monday
nights.
through Thursday.
Thursday nights is also a frowny face. Currently bowling. All right, sweet.
No, Sandrin Tungsten Carbide Blade.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, carbide's great. I've personally shattered 2 carbide rings.
Me too.
Yeah.
I wear one currently, but I have like 6 of these because I break them. But that's going to be a problem sharpening, especially if you're hand sharpening. Because even to sharpen a carbide blade is going to take a ceramic impregnated belt, which is going to be a bitch.
It's not normal for most people.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be the sharpening. Tungsten carbide blade is going to be sharpening at home is not going to exist anymore. Good fucking luck. So you can use your wicked edge all you want. You might as well just piss on it. It's going to get it just as sharp.
Yeah. Zach's chiming in. He's saying 8:30 doesn't matter what day.
Well, you live down the street, Zach, so.
BBB Yipsy. I'm usually home on Saturday nights during the week. Once I recover from hip replacement, I'll be on the road since I am a OTR driver.
Over the road.
Okay, long haul. But it's your show to do what is best for you.
So it seems like nobody gives a fuck. Well,
Yeah,
okay, but
yeah.
you guys, okay, but this is a
then don't
a
come back.
confirmation
Yeah.
bias because
Yeah.
you all are here on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Off topic. Alec Baldwin interview. You guys see it?
I did not.
We will
Yeah.
right
Nope.
after this.
Okay, purposely did not.
Did he pull his dick out?
No Monday.
Nobody shot it off.
No Monday during football.
Oh,
I can agree.
Will, I 100% agree.
Yeah, I
That's
can
why
agree.
I don't do
Yeah.
anything on Sundays.
Wide awake and listening intently to every word.
Dakota, why do you say it like that?
Because
You
that's
gotta
how it
AS,
comes
why you gotta
across.
ASMR
I'm pretty sure
that
that's
shit?
how he typed it. I agree with Dakota's dictation on that.
Jesus.
I use my Kimi,
Okay.
aka knife, with diamond stones. Works fine. Let's see here. That's true. I'm lucky at that. Does Alec have one of what?
I'm sure an interview is what he was talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
An interview, yeah.
I don't know. Like, if he breaks down and says he killed that person on purpose, then that would be a interesting interview to watch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't
Why-
say
Baldwin does not break down.
No.
Why would he? Okay, but okay,
Seen the
okay,
shadow?
wait.
All right.
I love the
I
shadow.
did too. The shadow's great.
What character
So
did
I
he
don't give a
play?
fuck. I don't give a fuck if he did it on purpose or not. Is there a motive? What's his motive for shooting a cinematographer?
Yeah, there isn't one, I don't think.
I mean, really?
No sandwich? No hot sandwich?
Well,
hot
yeah.
food?
So now all of a sudden he's Jeremy Clarkson,
Well, no, it's-
and he's fucking shooting a bitch in the face.
It's just because he's a big
Jimmy
become
Clarkson
accustomed to a
2.0.
certain lifestyle. You know,
Yeah,
so he doesn't
Jesus.
get his hot sandwich.
What's the character he plays in 30 Rock?
Jack
Donaghy.
Yeah,
Donaghy.
Jack Donaghy.
So Jack Donaghy
Do you want
wouldn't
to have a
shoot
top
someone.
like
Donaghy.
this?
Jack Donaghy wouldn't shoot someone for bringing him a cold meal.
Well, no, because he'd have to answer
No,
to GE.
he just
They got microwaves to sell.
All right, let's see here.
No, a dick. Hold on, you
Said he
skipped
did
one
not.
or two here.
Not a dick.
Okay. It says no, a dick.
Alec
No.
Baldwin said he
Okay.
did not point at the person and shot, did not have his hand on the trigger, claiming it went off on its own.
Oh, bullshit. That means,
Yeah.
guess who knows dick about guns? Alec Baldwin knows dick about guns.
That's kind of
It went off. I
And-
wasn't pointing at them because that's what happens.
And the interviewer for not calling him out on it.
Yeah, exactly. So I pointed it at somebody without my finger on the trigger, and it hit somebody over there that I wasn't pointing at. He knows a lot about guns. He can fuck off.
An actual malfunction is much less likely than ND.
Yep.
So we really gonna get into this?
Back to knives.
All right, and back to the knife discussion.
topic for us to dive
Hey, you guys
here.
change the topic. I'm gonna get something to drink and take a piss.
All right, ready. Well, consider the topic changed, Michael.
All right, sweet. Squeeze by, see y'all here. I'm gonna walk all weird like a monkey here.
No.
So,
What else is new in the knife industry, fellas? And Alistair?
Alistair, you're the one to ask.
Well, Topo Chico is an excellent brand of mineral water if no one else has had it. And we are part of the knife industry and we all really enjoy it, so.
Some of us.
And I've seen you goddamn Topo
Bowling
Chico,
with
so-
my Marines can't hear, obviously.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh,
one.
do we carry Nagatas?
Naginatas. I wish, Zachary. I wish, but. you know.
What is a Naginata?
Okay. Someone should. It's kind of it's like a medieval Japanese pole arm. It's got like a relatively long curving blade with a long shaft, if you will.
For gripping?
Gripping, yeah.
Ben has been anxiously awaiting someone to ask us what we have in our pockets because we had some pretty cool stuff tonight. No one's asked it yet, so you know. Wait,
So a Naginata is like a spear with an elongated blade.
not quite just a
one-sided.
spear. It's one sharp edge and it's kind of long and curved.
Katana on a stick.
Yeah,
Katana on
that's
a
fair.
stick.
That's a fair. Yeah, that's a fair way to put it.
Let's see here. Shipping would probably kill us. Not necessarily. You'd be surprised what people are willing to ship us for cheap.
It's true.
Let's see here. What knives did you guys ask Santa for?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's
Ooh.
go around the table. I'll start.
No, I'll start. This
Oh.
one's easy. I want a proper with a brass scale and a micarta scale, and it needs to go to my friend.
Dakota, it's right upstairs. Just go get it.
I know, but I won't
Okay.
pay the money.
All right.
I asked for Santa not to give him that.
Nice. Hell yeah, great answer.
Mr.
What-
Tongues on your
what knife
asshole.
did you ask for, Benjamin?
You know what I didn't?
Oh, you
Because
didn't.
I've already got all the knives
Oh.
that I need.
Oh.
What knife did you ask for?
I asked for a Tom Mayo Shirogoro collaboration Arctic Dr. Death, but that's fine. I probably won't get it.
That's probably right.
Probably won't get it.
I mean, if someone threw an Artica at me after I recovered, I'd probably really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only
Yeah.
like 4 pounds of titanium and D2.
Well, it'd hit you in the head and you'd wake up.
Happy.
You'd wake up hours later in a daze.
Oh, Machine Gun Monkey. I love my new Amok. Thanks for engraving my guns as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Anytime, man.
Anytime.
Think
Katana stick.
Katana. Topo
Holy
Chico theme knife.
shit.
That's
Alistair's like,
where
where's my Santa Claus list? And call the post office. I need to bring my letter back.
So do we gotta call Colorful Filth and get a collab with Topo Chico and Colorful
Yeah,
Filth?
just
and...
put that on a...
JB Knife Collector. What are you all carrying?
There we
Chad.
go.
Well, Ben's gonna be last here, so Chad.
Well, I mean, I got a few.
Don't
course.
don't build it up too much.
The 761.
You're not going to stab it in the
You
table?
gotta, you gotta,
Oh, no,
show, the,
yeah,
you gotta
no.
show the camera, Chad. You can just
My nice 761 that I won't stab in the table.
Thump.
tie monologue. Great knife.
Yeah.
Great knife.
And then my Contigo.
She will stab on the table. Hope the camera can capture what
The
that knife is
wonderful
really all
knife.
about right now.
Yeah, there's a door.
And then
up
my
there.
wonderful ZT.
That's a legit
ZT.
ZT.
I fucking love
yeah,
that
definitely
ZT, yeah.
real ZT.
Got custy serrations on that thing.
Custom
And
serrations.
then, what else do I have?
I like how it's like serrated, not serrated,
man.
serrated.
Oh yeah, because you gotta have the middle section for
You
that. plain
definitely
edge shit,
have
you know?
to have that good clean cut in the middle.
Yeah,
That knife is ideal for people who have a hard time making a solid decision. You know,
Hey, now that's at home.
if you're
Mike.
not sure, you're like, I don't know, maybe. I'm going back. Yeah.
Let's see. I think I left my razor knife in my other jacket though. So
What do you got on you, Alistair?
Oh shit. Well, I got the classic.
Hinderer?
Oh yeah, Hinder, non-flipper, Fullard, excellent, and I've got a little PDW pry bar as well. Got a little ferro rod striker, a little steel 2 wrench. I'm never gonna use that, and a little bottle opener on there. So
Nice.
yeah.
Let's see here. I've got my, this is a paramilitary.
Oh yeah, 2.
I got my PM2 and crew wear.
Look at that.
No shit. In your favorite table?
It's a
He's
razor.
like set it down.
I'll save that one.
That's the best for last, all right?
Save the garbage for.
I got my Malibu.
Mike, are you ready?
Whoop. It's a little dull. And then I also have my custom flat iron with a B-Blast D2 blade and a titanium accent.
Ooh.
That's not what it used to look
You can
like.
say scale, you don't think say accent.
Oh!
I'm surprised that works.
I know.
I'm very surprised.
I would stab my Tough Rider in the table, but I really don't want to
Look how these
replace
are-
this insert.
These are fucking just waving like trees in the wind, man. Waiting for them all to fall over.
What did you bring to the table, Mike, with your backwards cigar? Oh, that's not backwards. That just has a weird band on it.
Look at-
We'll let Mike finish the legitimate, but I'm gonna go ahead. I mean, I've
No,
got,
no.
dude, I've got this Microtech.
No, Ben,
Ultratech.
you're last, Ben. You're last.
As he empties all 7
The
pockets.
world's not quite ready for what you have in your pockets, Ben, okay?
My shit's
No
not
one
very
is. No one
My
is.
shit's not very exciting. So PM2 in S45.
That's exciting enough, right? Yeah.
Right?
I'm fully hard.
And then I got a tactical turn, titanium short,
we're
bolt action
talking
pin.
We're talking pens too, man. I got.
No, and then I got a Dirac Delta that I'm not gonna stick in the
Yeah,
table.
please don't.
And then I think that's all I'm carrying on me.
Oh.
Eh.
I love whenever saying purple.
Oh,
Oh,
I-
like Ben wrote that.
Yeah, that's my signature.
I don't have
My
my
signature: purple ink, Energel, Pentel, 0.7. Hey, see, that shit still works. He just damaged it.
fucking shit pen.
What else do you have on you, Ben?
Man, you know what? I got this Microtech. It's pretty cool. I can stab in the table and stuff. Whatever.
Teal.
It's fine. It is turquoise. It's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, turquoise. That's
Oh,
what
Mike's gonna say. You can stab it. Stab. I'm not
Nah,
afraid.
it's
I'm
all
just
right.
saying.
I wouldn't stab mine. I wouldn't stab yours.
It doesn't. No, it's fine. But then there's, Benchmade. Whatever.
I mean, it's
it's a
M390
bug
yeah,
out. It's
come on.
M390 steel, but I'm just kind of still, because at the end of the day,
Oh.
at the end
Oh
of the
my
day.
God.
Oh.
Fuck both of you.
All right, so legend has it that this knife has been around. We were, in our previous video, we were talking about pyramids and stuff, and this predates all of it. This is called the Smooth Maker. The Smooth Maker has been around for a long
hold
time.
on.
It's actually currently
Can
owned
you
and
actually
operated.
take it up to?
zoom in on
It's
that
actually
shit.
currently owned and operated by Ron Burgundy.
It's right there on the blade.
And the rumors have it that this
That's not
knife,
gonna work.
Chris Reeves took all of
There you go.
his inspiration from this knife. He actually had never even thought about knives until he saw this knife.
And how smooth it can make things.
And it's beyond description, really, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, so it's 4 o'clock, and you're kind of tired, you're cranky, and you need a Red Bull, and you need to drink it now, like now. But it's glugging. You need to make it smooth. You need the Smooth Maker. You need the Smooth Maker. You stab the shit out of the top of that can, and you drink it down, and the next 2 hours are fantastic.
Wait, I used the Smooth Maker, but I used my Dirac Delta. I used the Smooth Maker.
You can use that if you want.
I use
but-
the Smooth. I use the
But
Smooth
that
Maker.
is the smooth maker.
This is the smoothest of all. It's the original Smooth Maker.
But I buy
Chris
coffee
Reeves
cups.
copycatted this knife forever.
So
It actually
So I
just
buy-
got sharper. It just got sharper. It just cut a hole in the concrete floor.
So I go to Costco and I buy the commercial coffee cups and lids that all the coffee shacks use, so I can go anywhere with whatever I want. So I literally got a coffee mug, put a beer in it, and then put a cap on it, and then use my fucking Microtech to make a Smooth Maker in it, so I could chug a beer in an Uber on my way up here. And then I gotta come up and be confronted with this trash?
Whoa! Harsh
How
words.
dare you?
Or as historians have called it, the original knife.
The original, all right.
All right, back
Where
to
we
the
at?
comments. Pocket dump.
Really, the
pocket
thing is
dump.
8 feet long. What's 8 feet long? What did I miss when I was gone?
It
Don't
was
click
a
on that
Japanese plate. Say, what knives do you guys have in your pockets tonight? Did that?
Yeah.
Contigo.
Have you seen his Contigo? Don't say mmm.
Energels are the shit. Okay. Let's see here. I think Ben should read the comments from now on.
Joke's on you, fucker. I can't read.
Go around and ask each person what's the most important feature of a knife: design, steel handle. Chad, what's
That it cuts.
Well, I think he asked you 3 questions and you have to pick. Which
I just picked that it cuts.
design, steel, or handle.
Let's see here. Feature of a knife, is it the design, steel, or handle for you, Chad?
I don't know. It's just basically how it looks. Design.
Design.
So design.
Gas station knife. Ben?
You know, I think it starts with design. The first step is looking at something and be like, I want to try that out, right? So design, as I said, is pretty fucking important. And after that, you get. It's not that.
It does not be a
For me, it's
Spyderco
that
guy.
I want to open it and be like, ooh. And every time you open it, you just want to keep finger fucking it. You know, like you need that quality where you just can't stop messing with it because it's got the X factor for you. That's the most important thing for a knife for me. I'm like, you know, I love that the ZT308. That's my
your-
favorite
that's
knife on
your
the
jam
shelf.
right now.
I finger
It's your jam
fuck
right
the
now.
shit out of that.
You
If
do.
you buy that knife,
You
just
do.
know I finger fucked
It's
it.
dirty. It's a dirty knife at this point.
What about you, Mike?
Steel. I buy cars based on engines and transmissions, and I buy knives based on steel.
Alistair?
The most important. Wait.
Yeah, wait. Let him finish his thought.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Well, I mean, okay. So
Like that Will Ferrell
So
SNL sketch.
what is a? So ultimately, what is a knife supposed to do? Cut. So what cuts? The steel. So you pick the number 1 priority, and everything else is secondary.
That's a really good point.
That's fair.
I don't know. I'd have to say that the design is important to me because you guys will let me know if it'll cut.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we will.
What about
Or
you?
we'll just let you buy it, and then we'll make fun of you after.
Yeah, true.
What about you, Alistair?
So I mean, overall, I have to go like I will say the steel because like even if a knife is awesome and like there's a cool design, like I've held some CRKTs and I'm like this feels really good. The action's great, but I will never fucking own that knife
Because
of
it's
the steel.
trash. Because
Exactly.
it's fucking. It's
Yeah,
not
so-
even Sandvik.
Exactly. So it comes down to the steel, but the handle and it's all important, but steel is definitely overall.
I mean, that might be
yeah.
priority 1, but design is priority 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Completely agree.
I
Yeah.
guess for me is design is what gets it in my hand, and then
Yeah.
steel after checking the action is the second thought. So like as long as the baseline is D2 or better, and like as long as it's D2 and I like the design, I'm going to get that knife.
Well, that's kind of like when people ask, like, what do you look for in like a potential like mate or you know, spouse or whatever, and you're like, oh, well, it's not looks. Well, it has to be to a certain point, otherwise you wouldn't fucking talk to them in the first place.
Yeah.
So it kind of has to be the look. So I will concede that I say steel, but it's like I will pick stuff based on looks, but the first thing I do when I pick it up is look at steel, and if I don't like the steel, I put it right back down.
Absolutely.
To put it in your term, or you're gonna see a Lambo and you'd be like, I'm gonna buy that Lambo right away. Oh, it has a 4-banger? Fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. But if it's a 4-cylinder turbo with 200 horsepower, I'd be like, that thing can eat
Nah,
a dick.
it's gone.
I'm not driving that Lambo. And so yeah, I will concede the design has to be at some point number 1, because otherwise, why would you even look?
Yeah.
I feel like the steel is number 1, design is like 1.5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the design that gets you to pick it up, and then you look at the steel. I would say the third aspect for me is whether or not it's made in the United States. I won't anymore buy a Chinese knife.
Well,
I just can't do it.
generally the amount of steel, because we're all slowly becoming steel snobs.
Yeah.
And generally the amount of the steels we all pick, they're either going to be very high-end Chinese or they're going to be American.
Yeah.
So like I'm not carrying anything less than M390, 20CV, S45. Like those are all going to be American knives. There's Shurgarov, you know what I mean? There's Russian stuff, there's Taiwanese stuff. So
But the average
get in there,
person
but-
isn't going to be at the, looking through the magazine of, oh, this one's coming out in this steel. Let me see what it looks like. They're going to be like, ooh, that one looks kind of cool. What's the steel?
Yeah.
And that's how I shop personally.
But I will take an ugly knife with a good steel over a fucking good looking
Well,
knife.
shit, I got a fucking pair of 2 in my pocket. Okay,
that's
that's
right.
apparently.
What about
It's
the
a
fact
beauty.
that though there's a lot of knives that rock really good steels though, and at the same time, going back to aesthetics, if you're picking from 4 different knives, they all have the same steel. They're all badass, functionally wise.
Yeah, if that's
what
the
do you
case-
default to?
If that's the case, sure.
Yeah, but
Style also
it's
refers to ergonomics and how it feels in your hand. You know,
Yeah,
like,
but-
there's a lot of knives with great steel.
But a really good steel with slightly subpar ergonomics, I would take that over
Exactly, yeah.
subpar steel
Yeah.
with top shelf ergonomics.
Absolutely.
I would forego
any day.
I would forego function over form
Now,
every time.
there is an exception to this rule, and we've all handled it. It's the sheepdog. It's that giant Kaiser piece of crap that
Kaiser sheepdog
has that
XL.
giant thing. You flip it out and it just goes kerchunk. You remember that? Aaron
Yes.
bought it. But
Yeah.
that thing is not great in any conceivable form, but it's just the action on it is so goddamn satisfying.
To your point though of the lesser steel versus better steel,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say you're only eliminating it down to 2 options there. There's hundreds of options out there
That's
at
fair.
any shop,
that's
and
fair.
if you find one with the shitty design but really good steel, you're also gonna find that really good design with really good steel.
Yeah, it's going to be that Hinder
What?
recurve 20CV that we probably have somewhere.
I can't say how happy I am that Hinver went to 20 CV.
Yeah.
Because when they moved on from CTS,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with CTS XP.
Yeah.
It's pretty decent, but it's old tech at this point.
Yeah.
And then when he went to S35, I was like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And now that he went to 20 CV, I'm like,
yeah, for
man,
sure.
Hinderer in 20 CV.
Got another big comment here. What's the timeline for the Severance?
Well, let me email Bowler Oodleholm and find out, because the steel is not an easy
Can you
request.
say
at this point.
Oodleholm again?
Oodleholm.
Oodleholm.
Bowler Oodleholm.
When was the last time you
Oodleholm.
made one?
Severance?
Yeah. We'll just double that time frame.
It's been last year. Yeah.
We'll double that time frame. So.
The last time we ordered steel, it took almost 8 months to get it in. So the problem with the Severances is the major problem is that the thickness of steel that we require to make them is just not available. And it's available if we want crap steel, but we don't want crap steel. So we want LMAX and or better, and it's just not available.
So, question to you, Mike. You were saying that you liked Protex D2.
Yes, I think their heat treat is very, very good. I've had a lot of good experience with Protex D2. Like what was the Bone Collector series from Benchmade?
Yeah.
They put D2 in those. The D2 on those knives specifically was super impressive. They would be, you'd get 61 Rockwell and no chipping.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they were doing. I don't know how they were doing it. Maybe it was a cryo. Maybe it was something. And Protec very much reminds me of that crazy good D2 heat treat that they did on the Bone Collectors and the Benchmade.
They should have kept that in the hunt line a little bit, I think.
They moved to S30. I get it. They're
Yeah.
getting away. They don't want this rust damage. They just
Yeah.
want something. They want some stainless. I understand the movement as far as that's why although I think K110 is a fantastic steel performance-wise, it worries me because it will rust and we have a lifetime warranty, and it worries me that it's going to start showing up and I'm going to have to fix all this shit. But Protex D2, I don't know what they're doing, but their heat treat is phenomenal. I think it holds a fantastic edge.
We got a few from two different James here. So James Hunt first chiming in. You could have great steel, but a lot of hot spots.
Yeah.
And then we got James Marchetti. Cutting geometry is super important too. Even a great steel isn't going to cut without good geometry. That's
Thank
true.
you so much for
that's
saying that.
really
So many
good,
people
yeah.
come in with their they bring in like an Ontario fucking bushcraft knife and like, I want it to fucking shave. I want it to be razor sharp. It's like, well, razors are a shape for a reason.
Yeah.
And you don't shave your face with a fucking Bowie knife because it doesn't fucking work. But geometry is 50% of sharpness. Everybody thinks it's steel or it's the edge you put on it, all blah 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 blah. Yeah, fuck off. 50% of it is geometry. That's why straight razors look the way they do, because that's what it takes to make that thing
That's
usable.
why the PM2 is so popular, is because it's basically full flat grind.
It is.
Laser.
It's a super high flat grind. That's why these are such a cutter. That's exactly.
That's why I didn't like my Osborne as soon as I started using it. I didn't like how it cut, and then once I
never
found
been a
my
slicer.
military,
Mm-hmm.
I loved how that cut.
It makes a big difference. Geometry is easily 50% of cutting.
So BBB, Big Brown Bear. What makes a good steel? Is it just the name, reputation of it, or are there specific qualities you guys look for in the steel for knives?
There are rankings. I mean, people are out there ranking them. I mean, it's basically what you're looking for is edge retention, abrasion resistance, and rust resistance.
I guess for me, when I'm looking at steels, it's more it's Rockwell and then it's edge retention. I don't really care about the other factors because if it's hard, I'm not going to get it. If it's hard, I'm not necessarily going to have so many issues with edge retention.
Yeah.
And the things I put my knives through, which you guys can attest to, like I had a buck, I broke the tip off of how many times?
Yeah.
I haven't done that with any of these knives, and I've used them the same way.
And that was a 400 series stainless, I think.
Yeah.
How much copper you cutting with those ones?
This one's on box duty. This one's cutting a shit ton of copper, the Malibu. And this guy is just cutting boxes and
Don't worry
scars.
about that little guy.
Yeah, that little guy right there. Let's see here.
Hold on. So to answer Big Brown Bear's question more thoroughly is, I mean, it's not an easy answer because
you have to look at the zeitgeist of the whole thing.
it is. There's a reason there's no perfect steel. Is because you have to look at all those things on an individual basis. It's just hard.
Every steel has
You
a
have
give
to,
and a take.
yeah. That's why you don't own one knife. That's why you own 7 knives because you have different steels and they're all suited for different applications.
I
and
mean,
different
there's a
times.
reason why Channel Lock uses 440C for their pliers and stuff is because it doesn't necessarily have great edge retention, but it can get decently hard.
Yeah.
And it doesn't wear super easily. It's got abrasion resistance, but it doesn't have great edge retention, which is not a big deal with pliers. But when you're talking about a blade edge, you want something a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's all subjective. Hollywood Tactical, people pay a premium for old cold steel CTSX HP.
Yeah.
It's not all that compared to today's
premium steels.
So yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Well, I put it on par with 154 CM.
Sure.
Or ATS 34.
Yeah.
So it's very good tech, but it's starting to get long on the tooth. Like 10 years ago, there wasn't much.
There was time 154 was like
It was
cutting edge shit.
exactly.
You know, and it's
so
still
10
bad.
years ago, but XHP is very much on that level with me.
Yeah.
Wait, you skipped a couple though.
Zach's just doing S125 again.
What about S1?
Yeah, should we stop in on that?
S125?
S125V question mark? Tongue out.
We looked at a little piece of that today.
Yeah, we did.
Something in the works. We're not talking about it.
We have quite a bit of it, but it's difficult to work with. So
James Hunt brought up, what's the difference between CPM D2 and just D2? CPM is powder steel, I believe. Yep.
crucible particle metallurgy.
Yeah.
CPM.
My understanding, the big difference is the carbide and the crystalline lattice of the steel is a lot more uniform with CPM than it is with just standard forged D2.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
get
that's
a
what he's saying when
cleaner
it's
steel.
that's what he's saying when it's powdered. So powdered, the powdered variation has much less chance of having impurities in it because it's powdered.
Yep. And my understanding is it's a little bit more stain resistant, and you can get a little bit better edge retention, and the carbides are a little bit more evenly distributed.
D2 isn't technically stain resistant. It is abrasion resistant, which in effect makes it stain resistant.
Yeah, because it doesn't get pits and stuff.
Exactly.
Did I miss the live stream? No, you did not. We're still here.
Well, about an hour late, but yeah.
Well, we're 3 minutes over time. But
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm being censored.
Magna cut and throw the other steels away. Vanex can stay too.
Hell yeah, Ty, you get it. You get it.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, whoop. Zach, you're not being censored. We just you S125V it every single live stream.
Beep, 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 beep.
Let's see here, Ty. Oh, many knives because I have shiny object syndrome. That's and Mike's fault. He got me hooked on a steel I can't get with magical qualities. And we have exceeded the top of the hour. If you guys have any more questions, or gals have any more questions, feel free to chime in for the next couple of minutes, and then we're going to call it an evening.
All right.
Yeah.
You
killed it.
Who wants to order some pizzas or like 70 wings or some shit?
Mike does.
I'm down with that.
Well, it's 25 per person according to how we.
All right. I mean, all I need is like a latex glove, and I can kill like 30 wings.
There you go.
By the way, your whole latex glove technique changed the wing game
Oh,
and
yeah.
food game for
Dude.
me.
It's
It's the best.
I've said it once, say it again. It's Mike's greatest invention. He's ever had. The wing glove.
Dude,
It's
every time
brilliant.
we were watching Hot Ones the other night, and I was like, dude, all I want's a glass of milk and a fucking glove,
Yeah.
and I'll just murder that shit.
God, watching Gordon Ramsay do that, and I'm just like, wear
Ty,
gloves.
no, Ty. I talked to you on the phone. You need to send us what you want. That's what we came to. When you tell us what you want, we will do it. That's where we landed.
Oh my God, we're modifying a Norseman.
Yeah, it's the one upstairs. So we
My
remember
fucking-
the picture.
Oh,
of the-
that's
yeah.
right, the
Yeah.
Cerakote.
Yeah.
We're waiting on the Cerakote colors.
We'll wait on him to tell us.
We're waiting on Cerakote colors. My asshole pucker's thinking about modifying a Norseman.
Great live chat.
People are.
Well, so we love you, Ty. It's all right. Just let us know, and we'll make it happen.
All right, at this, we're going to call it a night.
right,
Thank you
guys.
for joining us. We'll see you.
Love you. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
See you next month.
The wing glove sounds disturbing, but interesting.
Wait till you
That's
try
how I
it.
feel about it, but it
Wait
fucking
till you
works.
try it.
It works.
You just slap it off and you got a clean hand. No orange fingernails for a week. Fuck all that shit.
One last one, and we're going to end the night here. You can pick one folder that you have to carry a month. What would you choose?
Oh, I mean,
The same one I said earlier tonight.
You know what I want? I want that Damascus bronze Malibu. That's what I want.
You have access to that.
No, I don't. I don't know where they are. I think they're already gone.
Will has it. He'll bring it back in.
No, there's one floating around somewhere. All right, so I'm gonna pick up a bronze Damascus Malibu.
Humble brag.
Uh,
I don't know. I really like this crewwear one. I know if I used it the way I should, there would be snaps in the blade everywhere, and there would be little chunks missing out of the edge. But
I want a combat Troodon with an unobtainium blade.
Dang.
Oh man.
oh man,
I traded mine in, and I regret it to this day.
Or a Talonite. Or Talonite. Does anybody remember Talonite? Talonite was, dude, you could get that shit. Talonite you could get in like 69 fucking Rockwell.
Jesus.
It is monstrous shit, but it'll chip. But it's a laser
Yeah.
beam.
You know what I
So a
would
combat
use? I heard that
Troodon
was-
and Talonite.
I heard that was like just below adamantium.
if I could get a Malibu with that old school Gerber M2 high-speed steel for a blade,
All right, I could feel like crazy.
That would be the
M2
shit.
high speed?
yeah,
That's fucking respectable shit right there.
that would be the perfect of both worlds. And at that, we're ending
All
the
right.
evening. Have a good night.
Sorry guys if we didn't get to you.